over. Hey, how are you? I'm so happy you showed up. Welcome to D&D night at the Click Clack Shack. I'm super excited. I thought that just you and I could play. Everyone else kind of has pre-designated groups that they've been playing with week after week, but since you're new, I don't mind doing a one-on-one campaign with you. Awesome. That's so great. Let's do the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Is that okay? I don't know if you remember when you were last here a couple weeks ago, but that's the beginner one. I've just been going over it all day. Yeah, we're going to delve into Phandelver today. So did you bring any dice, or if not, I can just roll for you. I'm not going to use these. I have my own. This is my personal set. Look at this D20. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it's called Bellatrix, and I love it. And you know what? It served me pretty well. I've gotten a few D20 rolls on it, so they've served me well in the few months that I've had them. So get comfy, get comfortable while I set up. Got the book, the rule book, which I may have to refer to as I've never run a D&D campaign before. So it's your first time, but it's my first time as well. We'll have fun together figuring it out. Hope you don't mind being here for a while. Have a look through these character sheets and tell me which one catches your eye. I don't know if you remember from last time. There's two fighters. One is like from a noble background, and one is from like a folk hero background. They're both lawful. One is good, one is neutral. So that's the folk hero. This is the noble. And their stats are just a little bit different. There's a wizard, a high elf wizard with an acolyte background that's chaotic good. There's a rogue, a halfling rogue with a criminal background, and they're neutral in their alignment. And there's a cleric, a dwarf cleric, with a soldier background and a neutral good alignment. So you have a quick look-see through and pick out your character, and I'll just do a little bit of reading while you pick it out. Got my little dice box here. Fun fact, this is not actually a dice box, but I repurposed it. It was originally a gift box thing from a relative. It had like nuts and cheese, I think, and like little dried fruits, like artfully arranged, and I looked at it and I was like, this would be a really good dice box. So I stole it. No, I didn't steal it. My dad was like, here, you can have it, 'cause he figured I could repurpose it, and I did. So I can name my D20. I think we'll need a couple of D6 as well. These are so pretty. Aren't they beautiful? There's a hair on this one. Okay. And I have another D6. Not in the same set. This one's really pretty. It's a little bit icy. I like it. I'm not sure if we'll need any others. I'll leave them in their little potions file for now. I'm so excited. I hope you're excited. So, pick one out. Okie dokie. So let me look at it. So you're gonna be the fighter one. Well, that's level 1, yeah. Folk hero background. You're human. You're lawful good. Your strength is 14 with a +2 modifier. Your dexterity is 16 with a +3 modifier. Your constitution is 15 with a +2 modifier. Intelligence 11 with a +0 modifier. 13 wisdom with a +1 modifier. And your charisma is 9 with a -1 modifier. Not too good, but that's okay. I think you having high strength and dexterity will really help you for your first time. I'll put the rest of them up. We won't deal with those today. Your personality traits are, when you set your mind to something, you follow through. Also, I use long words in an attempt to sound smarter. I guess their intelligence is only 11. Ideals, sincerity. It's no good pretending to be something you're not. Okay? Your bond is one day Thunder Tree will be a prosperous town again. A statue of you will stand in the town square. And your flaws. You're convinced of the significance of your destiny and blind to your shortcomings and the risk of failure. Okay. You've got a great sword with an attack bonus of 4 and a longbow with an attack bonus of 7. I can't do that all in one hand. Very nice. Let's see. You've got skills in animal handling, history, perception, and survival. And you're proficient in all armor, shields, simple weapons, martial weapons, carpenter tools, vehicles, and you're proficient in common and elvish. Very nice. Let's see. Your equipment, you're carrying leather armor, a longbow, 20 arrows, great sword, backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, water skin, 50 feet of hempen rope, carpenter's tools, shovel, iron pot, a set of common clothes, and a pouch. Your armor class is 14 with a +3 initiative. Speed is 30 feet, 12 maximum hit points. Your hit points is 1d10. And on the back, there's information about being a human and being a fighter and your background, because your parents are from the prosperous village of Thunder Tree, which is why you're so determined to see Thunder Tree rise to greatness again, and you want a statue of you in the square and all that. East of the city of Neverwinter, and I think that's where we'll be starting, at the edge of the Neverwinter Wood. But we're nearby Mount Houghtonau, erupted 30 years ago. Your parents fled, carrying you in your infancy. Your family drifted from village to village around the region, finding work as servants or laborers where they could. You spent the last few years in Neverwinter as a porter and laborer at the city's bustling docks, but it's clear to you and everyone around you that you are destined for much more. You stood up to an abusive ship captain once, so other dock workers look up to you. Someday you'll come into your own. You'll be a hero. Yeah, you definitely have like a hero complex, don't you? So, I'm gonna put that between us because I might need to look at it when I'm rolling for you. But if you're ready, I don't know if you brought a pad of paper or anything, but you might want to take notes. Sometimes I take notes, sometimes I don't. Alright, I'm going to read to you the background of the game. You don't have to read this, but I thought it would help. I'll just skim through it really quickly. More than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as Phandelver's Pact, by which they would share a rich mine and a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with the dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, the nearby town prospered, yada yada yada. But disaster struck when orcs swept through the north and laid waste to all in their path. A powerful force of orcs, reinforced by evil mercenary wizards, attacked Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend the Forge of Spells, and the ensuing spell battle destroyed much of the cavern. Few survived the cave-ins and tremors, and the location of Wave Echo Cave was lost. but for centuries rumors of buried riches have attracted treasure seekers and opportunists to the area around Phandelver, but no one has ever succeeded in finding the lost mine. In recent years, people have resettled the area, and Phandelver is now a rough-and-tumble frontier town. More important, the Rock Seeker brothers, who are a trio of dwarves, have discovered the entrance to Wave Echo Cave, and they intend to reopen the mines. Unfortunately for the Rock Seekers, they're not the only ones interested in Wave Echo Cave. Of course not. A mysterious villain known as the Black Spider controls a network of bandit gangs and goblin tribes in the area, and his agents have followed the Rock Seekers to their prize. Now, the Black Spider wants Wave Echo Cave for himself, and he's taking steps to make sure no one else knows where it is. Ooh. Excited. This is kind of a 4-part campaign. I think we'll try to maybe do 1 part a session, so I can work around your schedule since it's just the 2 of us. We'll do the first part today, and then you just text me and let me know when you're ready for another session. Unless you don't have fun and you don't want to come back. That would make me sad though. No, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. I'll show you this map. Pay attention to Neverwinter. It's right there. Yeah. And Phandelver is here. Now, you are in the city of Phandelver when your dwarf patron and friend, Gundren Rockseeker, they've hired you to... Oh, you're in the city of Neverwinter. That's right, I did say that. You're here, and your friend, Gundren Rockseeker, is asking you to go to escort a cart wagon to Phandelver. So he's gone ahead with a warrior, Sildar Hallwinter, to attend to business in town. Okay? So, remember Neverwinter, Phandelver, Gundren Rockseeker. Alright. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble. How many times are we going to say that? Settlement of Phandelver. A couple of days travel southeast, okay? A couple of days. Gundren is clearly excited, and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big. I think we know what it is. And he'd pay you 10 gold pieces to escort his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions. That's a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on a horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to get there early to take care of business. You spent the last few days following the high road. That's that road. Was going south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk among the trail. I'll show you again. You are here. You went south along the high road, then you went east along Tribor Trail, intending to go south down to Phandelver. So the first thing I'd like to ask you, your first bit of role-playing, is how do you know Gundren Rockseeker? You can make up whatever you want. How do you know each other? Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so Gundren is your old family friend. Okay. Alright. So you're continuing along the Tribor Trail. I'm having trouble holding it because I don't like bending books. I don't know about you, but I don't like bending stuff like that. You've been on the Tribor Trail for about a half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. What do you want to do? Okay, you step forward, and as you look at the horses, you can see that the saddlebags have been looted, and nearby lies an empty leather map case. Uh-oh. Suddenly, you hear a little bit of rustling from the bushes. I gotta roll. Uh-oh. It's a surprise attack. And unfortunately, they have gotten the jump on you. And because this means you will not be able to act or react until the end of their turn. Sorry. So, it's a surprise attack. There are 2 goblins jumping out. One of them jumps right in front of you, brandishing a scimitar. And there's another one you hear behind you. If you turn around, they've got a bow. And they're aiming their bow at you. So they're going to attack. Now I've got to go. I have to see what they're going to do. Well, actually I have to roll to see if they attack first of all. Because they might miss. They might miss you. What's their strength modifier? I think they have a -1. I really should have like a bookmark. I didn't bookmark it. Okay, yeah, they've got a -1 strength modifier, so we'll see. They might not hit you. Ah, they did hit you. Sorry. Okay, the one in front of you takes a huge swing at you, and they hit you for... It's a melee weapon attack. It's 1d6 + 2 slashing damage. They hit you for 6 damage. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they hit you for 6 damage. Okay, that is half your hit points. I know. Oh my gosh, these goblins. Alright, and the one behind you with the bow. I know, no, you can't act just yet. You gotta wait a second. Well, the one with the bow misses, and it shoots off into the bushes to your right. Okay. Now you've got a chance to act. What would you like to do? Okay, of course you want to attack. Alright, you've got a +2 strength modifier, and your greatsword is a attack bonus of 4, so it's looking pretty good for you. Good job. You succeed. You wield your greatsword and you slash into that goblin in front of you, dealing... You knock him down in one go. Good job. He lays dead at your feet, and as you turn around to attack the other goblin, he freaks out looking at his dead buddy, and he runs off into the woods before you can get him. Sorry. Congratulations on passing your first battle. You are a little wounded, but you're still in this, don't worry. What would you like to do? Yeah, why am I surprised? Okay. As you loot the bodies, you don't find anything really interesting. However, you do notice that there is a trail heading northwest. And you can tell that there's a lot of little goblin footprints on the trail. And this makes you realize that this is a common ambush spot for the goblins. However, on closer inspection, you do notice 2 very large marks on the trail where it looks like 2 human-sized bodies have been dragged. You also realize that the horses are the ones that belong to Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwinter. So the goblins have ambushed them and dragged them away. Would you like to continue down that trail? Yeah, of course. It would be a little sad if you just decided to leave at that point. Okay, you head on down the trail, keeping a sharp eye out for goblins now because you don't want to get them to get the jump on you again. That didn't go so well. Okay, I'm gonna roll for you. What is your perception? Okay, pretty good. Oh, very good. You quickly, because you're so perceptive, you spot a snare, a trap on the ground, and you manage to bypass it. Very good. So this is clearly a booby-trapped area that the goblins have set up. But you ignore the snare, you keep moving on until 10 minutes later. Uh-oh, it's a pit. It's been camouflaged. It's a pit about 6 feet wide, 10 feet across, 10 feet deep, and as soon as you move over it, all the leaves and the dead branches and everything give way and you're falling. Do you want to try to scramble out? Okay, well, that will be your dexterity. That's an easy dexterity check. Oh, awesome. You nailed your dexterity check. You very quickly hold on to some large roots that are on the other side and you manage to pull yourself out. It's not a very steep pit, so you don't need an ability check or anything like that. You can get out fine and you continue. Take a second, breathe, dust yourself off. You nearly fell into a pit. Very good. Alright. Following the goblin's trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. What would you like to do? Okay. You're heading up to the cave entrance, and on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth, a small area in the briar thickets have been hollowed out to form a lookout post or a blind. Wooden planks flatten out the briars and provide room for guards to lie hidden and watch the area, including a pair of goblins that are napping on the ground, not 20 feet away from you. What do you want to do? If you attack, you will surprise them, which means you will get to attack first but without them reacting, or you could try to sneak past them. Very good. Why choose violence when you could sneak, right? Oh, excellent. You managed to. You tiptoe right past the sleeping goblins. They are none the wiser. Just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet your ears, where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. So they are chained up to the stalagmites. Those are the ones on the bottom. Stalactites are the ones on the top. What would you like to do? Yeah, so they are chained up, so they won't be able to reach you until you go up to them, but there are 3 of them, and there is just one of you. That's a good idea. Okay, and how are you going to try to soothe them? Just with obedience training, or? Yeah, you do have food rations in your pack. Do you want to try to use them? Okay, so we're trying to calm the animals with food. Okay, what's your animal hand? You do have animal handling? Very good. Yeah, so maybe you had good relationship with the hounds back in your hometown. You know what to do with these wolves. You know what snacks they like. You know where behind the ears they like to be scratched. Excellent. You managed to go, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And you toss them the treats. They settle on down. They go back to just playing with each other and biting each other's legs, and they're happy, happy, happy wolves now. And you're able to just walk right past them. Now let me show you Cragma hideout. Behind the wolves, and let me see, behind the wolves, it does go into this very narrow opening above. You would have to climb up it if you wanted to go there, or you could continue down the river past where the wolves were. Yeah, I'm letting you see it just because I love maps and I think it would help you. So, okay, you want to try to climb it. Okay, we will need to do a strength athletics check because it is quite steep and there are a lot of rocks and everything crumbling down above you. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, you did it. It's a hard climb. It's really tough. As every time you climb up more, it feels like you fall down with the weight of all the rocks tumbling down around you, but through sheer perseverance and because you're so very strong and muscly, you do manage to climb all the way to the top of this small entrance. And as you peek through the hole, you realize you can see. Gotta go forward. You see a large cavern. There are sacks and crates of looted provisions which are piled up in the south end of this large cave. You're on the west side. Beneath you, the floor slopes toward a narrow opening that descends into darkness. That's where you are. You're in the darkness, so you're hidden right now. A larger opening leads north and a set of natural stone steps, the roar of falling water echoing from beyond. In the middle of the cavern, the coals of a large fire smolder, and in front of the fire sits Clark, the bugbear. This huge bugbear, and if you're not sure what a bugbear looks like, let me show you. There's a picture, actually. So I was looking earlier. Here we go. This Clark bugbear. Got a big melee weapon. Kind of a little scary looking. That is the bugbear. And he looks like the big bad boss. You know that goblins by themselves are not very intelligent. However, bugbears are, on the terms of the monster totem pole, bugbears are above goblins. So you reckon that this guy sitting in front of the fire here, chowing down on a nice big hunk of roasted lamb or maybe even beef shank, you're not really sure from this angle, he's probably who's in charge around here. But for the meantime, you are hidden up in this it's sort of a chimney. You're hidden at the top of this chimney with a great vantage point, and Clark the bugbear does have his back to you. So what would you like to do? Okay, so try to get the drop on him. Okay, so you want to try to do a surprise attack with your longbow? Okay, we'll try to do a surprise attack. Your bows have been seriously so good all day. Alright, you do get the drop on him, so you will be able to fire off a great shot with your longbow as you slide down this chimney, or are you going down the chimney, or are you firing from the chimney? Okay, and you hit him for, oh, it's 1d8. See, I knew I'd have to get out another die. It's all the way. It's really hard to get out. Here we go. That's the d8. Isn't it pretty? So it does 1d8 plus 3 piercing damage. Okay. And you have an attack bonus of +7. So you hit him for 8 damage. And it goes, and you hit him right in the shoulder blade. With a roar, Clark turns around and goes, "Ah, who hit Clark?" Because he talks in the third person like that. Okay, you hit him for 8. Okay, now you're at this point not quite in melee range of him, so in like a blind rage, Clark starts sprinting towards you. This does give you time to react, so what would you like to do? Alright, you drop your longbow, you pull your greatsword out, and this is no longer a surprise. He can now see you. Okay, you just barely manage to slash at him as he comes in range of you, and you hit him for... Ooh, that was bad. You can't do it once. You hit him for... You just kind of scrape his chest a little bit as he comes into range for just... What was that? 6 damage. So altogether, you've done not too bad. I should have notes. I should be taking notes. Okay. This just seems to make him even more angry. At this point, Clark stops. He roars at you, and just this putrid, foul breath hits you full on in the face, and you're kind of like stagger for a bit. And he takes that opportunity to hit you with his giant melee weapon. It's kind of it's a bit like a giant mace. It is spiked on all sides. You do have armor on, but oh my gosh. He misses. He does not hit you. You have an opportunity to attack back if you want. Okay, another swing of your greatsword. He must be so like full from his meal that he's a little slow, he's a little sluggish, and he just kind of blindly lashed out at you, and you managed to jump out of the way. And in that time, you turn around, you swing, and you connect again. You hit him for... You hit him for 9 damage. Good job, you're doing pretty good so far. He's still alive. He's still alive. Alright, he's going to try to hit you again with his melee weapon. You are the luckiest person in the world. Or Clark is not the best monster. Maybe upon closer look, you look and you see his eyes are a little milking cataract. Clark's kind of old and clearly blind, and this is why he's missing so much. Alright, would you like to try to hit him again? He's kind of stumbling. You are slowly nicking away at him. Okay, try one more time. Oh, this is a big hit. You're right in front of him, and with your beautiful greatsword, you take a swing at him, and you do 10 damage. And with that, Clark stumbles. He looks at you, very confused with his milky eyes, and he goes, "Ugh," and he falls to the floor. He lets his arm drop, and his giant mace rolls out of his hand. You single-handedly managed to defeat Clark without literally getting a single scratch, and that goblin from earlier did more damage. Yes, I was actually really concerned because you only have half health, so I thought like, oh my god, one hit from Clark is gonna knock you out. But you did it. What would you like to do, oh mighty bugbear slayer? Of course, why am I not surprised that you want to loot? Okay, as you look around the Clark's lair, you'll see there's a little bit of food around the fire, but it's mainly just gristly bits of bone and nothing really appealing. However, there are all those crates and stacks of supplies. As you step closer to them, you take a closer look, and you can see that most of them are marked with the image of a blue lion, as you know that that's the symbol of the Lion Shield Coaster. They're a merchant company with a warehouse and trading post in Phandelver. And as you continue to search amongst the crates, hidden behind one very large box is dun, 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 an unlocked treasure chest. You open it up, and inside it's like, you know, one of those moments where the light shines on the person and it's like, oh, sparkling beautiful coins are spread out all across this treasure chest for you to take. Okay, so mark this down. You get 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces, 2 potions of healing. You need that? Oh my goodness. I would use one now. And a jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes. Do you want to take it all? The frog statuette is small enough that you could just slip it in your pocket. Or that pouch that you have. Alright. But all the other things, you'll need to get your wagon and pop all the crates and everything that you want to take in your wagon. Okay. So, you managed to slip away with your goblin's hoard of goodies and gold and a little frog statuette. You got 275 XP for defeating Clark, and you actually got 75 XP earlier. I didn't tell you when you got 75 XP when you found Cragmaw. I doubt that's the name of this place. And I'm actually going to award you some bonus XP because I like the way you handled the wolves in a non-violent manner. I'm kind of the kind of player, just so you know, the kind of DM that I like when you can find an alternate route around something rather than just hacking and slashing your way through. I find that to be a little bit unoriginal. So if you can find a diplomatic approach or a creative approach, I tend to reward that. So I will be rewarding you 20 extra XP for managing to soothe the wolves with snacks, with treats. I think that's really sweet. And that is actually enough for you to level up. Congratulations, you are level 2. So I'll let you keep your sheet. You can go ahead and fill in any other little details you want, and make sure to name yourself because we didn't name you yet. Go ahead and change that you are level 2, and then in your equipment you might want to add like your coins, because right now it says you only have 10 gold pieces, but you want to add, yeah, it was 600 CP, 110 SP, 2 potions of healing, and your jade frog statuette with tiny golden eye orbs. Yes. What did you think? Did you have fun? I'm thrilled to hear that. I'm so happy. I thought it went really well. You must have had that beginner's luck, although in the beginning I wasn't so sure. When the goblins got the drop on you, I was a little worried, and then when that one goblin with the ranged weapon hit you, I thought, oh, he's for sure a goner. But you managed to turn it around. You actually managed to do really well from there on out, and Clark must not have been as big and bad as he seemed. So what do you think? Would you come back? Amazing. Alright, because your hero, they've got a lot more adventuring to do. Like, where are your friends? We've got to get to Phandelver. You've got to figure out what the news was that he wanted to share with you. There's so much more to know. Okay. So, like I said, just text me when you're ready to come back and start part 2. Yeah, it is like a 4-part adventure. So I reckon we'll probably just do 4 sessions, 3 more sessions. And then if you really have fun, we could always do a different campaign or even a different system. I really like to run Dungeon World. That's really fun. And it's similar to Dungeons and Dragons, but there's much more of a focus on narrative storytelling. So if you like the world building aspect of this, or you liked the role playing part, which we didn't get to do much of, and you're maybe not as interested in the combat, then I would definitely recommend we try that in the future. Okay, I'm really happy you had a good time. Thank you for stopping by the Click Clack Shack after hours for D&D night, and drive home safe. Don't forget to take your character sheet with you. I'll see you soon. We'll play again. Alright. Have a good evening.